Hey guys, it's me, Casey, and so today I'm here with my first Halloween tutorial of the year. I'm actually so incredibly excited for this video. I've been waiting so long to film Halloween tutorials, and I'm so excited to start this video off with something a little bit gorier and more fun than I usually do on my channel, which I'm like ecstatic about. If my voice sounds a little weird, that's because I actually went to a music festival like the whole weekend. That's also why my video was a little late last week. If you guys haven't already checked that out, it's actually a giveaway, so be sure to check it out. I'll have it linked down below and at the end of the video. But I'm so excited today to bring to you guys my first Halloween tutorial of the year, and it's really gory and really cool, and I'm just gonna show you, even though you probably already saw it like with the cover photo, but I'm really excited, and I had an awesome time filming it and making this happen, and I'm just so excited for Halloween, and I hope you guys are excited too. If you have any other Halloween video requests that you guys want me to film, then make sure you comment them below and I will be sure to do as many of them as I can. I'm so excited for this Halloween and to do a whole bunch of videos for you guys. So I'm going to show you guys the makeup like I said I was going to. It's this. It's really creepy, kind of gory. It's like someone got their fingers cut off basically. So they're just really bloody, and they're kind of like look like they're misshapen because of the scar wax that I used, and it's really cool, and it's really fast for Halloween if you guys want to do it. I'll have all of the products that I used down below if you guys are interested in any of them, and a link to purchase them if I can find it. But I'm so excited, and this turned out so cool, and I'm really happy with it. So I'm gonna stop babbling now and let you guys see how I did this with my hand. So I hope you guys enjoy watching, and I will see you guys next week. Bye! So the first thing I recommend all of you guys to do before starting this makeup is cover your hands and any tools you might be using in Vaseline. This really helps when you're working with the wax, and it makes it a lot easier to work with. And then I took a spirit gum and I applied this on the front of my finger and on the back of my finger, and I did it kind of like in a shifted way, if you can tell what I mean by that, so that I can make it look like my finger was actually shifting off and was like falling off basically. Then make sure you lightly tap the spirit gum to activate it. Then I took a modeling scar wax and I just made 2 little balls with a generous amount of scar wax, not really too big, because if you do it too big then your finger is going to look over exaggerated and it's not going to look realistic. And then I just kind of smushed it out into like an Oreo shape, and I applied that on each part of the finger, so one on each side of the finger, so that I could cut into it and make it look like my finger was falling off, if that makes sense. If you are going to be doing the entire hand, then I would highly recommend you make these little balls beforehand, because it's really hard to get the wax out as you're going along and you add more to each finger. It's really hard to get the wax out, so I would recommend doing that before you start the makeup. And then just blend it out as naturally as you can. I used my fingers in Vaseline, and I also used a spatula covered in Vaseline, which I found helped a lot for blending it out. And this is the part you really want to spend a lot of time on and make sure you do perfectly, otherwise the makeup will not look realistic. Also, when you're applying the scar wax, I would really highly recommend trying to cover as little of the natural lines on your hand, because they're really hard to recreate and you want it to look as natural as possible when you're doing this makeup. Then I just took a nail dotting tool and I cut through the wax in the desired way that I wanted, which is basically just all the way around the finger so that it's falling off. And then I took a skin texturizing stipple sponge and I just lightly dabbed all the way around my finger. Make sure you don't press down too hard, otherwise the wax can move, so be really careful. This also helps to remove shine. Then taking an alcohol activated special effects makeup palette, I just took 2 skin colors that I thought would match my skin well, and I'm just dabbing those all over the finger to create the natural skin color. And then what's really important is you take some reds and you kind of splot them randomly around the finger, because if you look at your actual skin tone, a lot of times there's just like, it's really red and blotchy. So you want to recreate that as best as you can, and I'll have which colors I used down below in the description box if you guys are interested. And then I also added a little bit of a bluish black color, and I mixed that myself in order to create kind of like a vein color. And then I took yellow and put that around the initial wound itself and around the nail to create the effect of kind of like bruising and rotting almost, because the finger was cut off. Then I put a dark red blood color in the center of the wound, and I outlined a little bit of the edges with black to add a lot of depth to the wound and make it look like my finger actually got cut off. And then I just applied a thick blood into the wound to make it look like it hadn't just happened, like it was kind of sitting there for a while and the blood clotted a little. And I added some liquid blood as well to make it look like it dripped and to make it look like I was kind of like messing around with it and like trying to like hold my fingers on. I don't know, I guess it'll look more like that towards the end when I splatter a little bit of blood on the hand. And I just went ahead and repeated that to all of my fingers, and here I'll just show you another one of my fingers in case you wanted another idea of how to do it and just a little bit of a refresher after watching that so that it really nails into your head how to do it. I don't know. I just thought it would be helpful to show more than one finger and how it actually works, so I basically repeated all of the same steps. So at the very end I decided to apply a little bit more of the liquid blood and let it drip down. It doesn't matter if it was messy for this because I really also wanted to use a stipple sponge to kind of spread little blood droplets everywhere, because when you got your fingers cut off you would probably have gotten some blood splatter in places, at least the way I imagine it and think it would happen. So I went ahead and did that with a stipple sponge all over my hand to make it look even more gross and even more bloody. And that's all that I really did. Another way that I actually did this I thought I should show is that I just used the liquid blood and I didn't use the thick blood, and this makes it look a little bit more like it was freshly cut. So you can do this as well if you like it better. Yeah. And so that's the makeup that I did. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I will see you guys next Saturday. Bye!